Former President Rodrigo Duterte will not be attending the House Quad Committee hearing tomorrow on the war on drugs after all.
That's even though he said last week he would be happy to go and answer questions. But just this evening, Quad co-chair Congressman Dan Fernandez broke the news that they've received a letter with Duterte's regrets.
Still, House lawmakers say that even if the former president does not turn up or testify, they have enough materials on hand to recommend a case to the Justice Department. Marian Enriquez with a big story tonight.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte will not be attending the House Quad Committee's hearing after all. Just 4 days ago, on the Gikan sa Masa para sa Masa program of his former legal advisor Sal Panelo, Duterte said he would be happy to attend if he were invited. Hindi ako aatras dyan, he said specifically. True enough, the committee sent him an invitation letter delivered by the PNP. But Quad co-chair Congressman Dan Fernandez told our sister program, Sa Totoo Lang, just this evening that they've already received a letter from the former president declining the invite.
Kanina may na-receive kaming letter coming from the former president at he mentioned na unfortunately baka hindi siya makarating tomorrow. We received that letter but I'm going to read it pa rin mamaya. I think baka hindi natin alam, baka biglang dumating siya or what. Alam naman natin ang former president, lagi may mga ganong may mga ganong style yon. So let's still hope na makarating siya para at least maliwanagan yung lahat.
Tomorrow is the first hearing after ex-police officer and former PCSO General Manager Ruina Garma's bombshell testimony, wherein she said it was Duterte himself who ordered the so-called Davao model to be replicated nationwide. She also said there was a reward system in place with cash incentives between 20,000 pesos up to 1 million pesos for killings. Garma is expected to share more information in tomorrow's hearing. Also expected to attend the hearing is ex-NAPOLCOM Commissioner Edelberto Leonardo, whom Garma said was the main implementer behind the war on drugs. Fernandez says even if Duterte does not show up or admit wrongdoing, they have enough material to recommend a case to the DOJ.
Hindi na bago lahat yung mga pinag-uusapan namin sa Kongreso. Yun nga lamang, wala talaga nag-verify, walang nag-validate, at walang nag-affidavit at nagsalita under oath. Si Garma pa lamang ang gumawa nun. Yung sinasabi ni PRRD sa kanyang mga pronouncement were all true because it was mentioned or testified under oath by those resource persons which we have invited. When hindi siya darating tomorrow, all those validation that had been manifested and testified by the resource persons, I think are good enough, para at least mai-recommenda namin to sa DOJ.
Garma's testimony corroborates earlier statements made by Lieutenant Colonel Jovi Espenido. In addition, 2 inmates who spoke before the Quad Committee also claimed Duterte ordered the killing of 3 Chinese citizens convicted of drug charges inside a Davao City prison in August 2016. Quad Committee lead chair Congressman Ace Barber says they will afford the former president due courtesy if he does turn up.
We will afford him the courtesy due to a former president. Alam niyo naman dito sa Quad Comm, nire-respeto naman natin yung rights ng ating mga resource persons at ng ating mga witnesses. Taliwas diyan sa iniisip ng iba sa pagbabati ko sa amin na we do not daw respect the individual rights of our witnesses as well as our resource person.
Barbers has also proposed that the House and Senate do a joint probe into the drug war.
I think mas malawak, mas komprehensibo, at siyempre mas maraming mga intelligent questions na maitatanong ang mga membro nitong committee ito.
But in a text message, Senate President Cheese Escudero hinted that this may not be possible under existing rules. During a press conference earlier, the Quad was also asked what they would do if Duterte does show up and refuses to take the oath, as his daughter Vice President Sara did.
Palagay ko yung tanong kanina, palagay ko mas civil si former president kaysa kay Vice President. Palagay ko magte-take ng oath yan. Mas civil siya .
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.